Okay, John McKeag here. Okay, that was live. John McKeag here, Liberty Aid Academy, and this is the place where we teach you how to open up a trust, never pay taxes anymore, and then get all these economic benefits from the government. Okay? Completely legal to do. We've been doing it for a long time here. I've been doing it for a decade with proof on YouTube. So check us out. Now, this is the name of this webinar we're doing here is called the Economic Crash Course. They're crashing the economy. I've been through a crash of the economy, and I have the solutions. I've been putting up the solutions for a decade, and now it's all coming back around, and it's time to use these tools, these tactics, these strategies in your favor. All right, Marvin, how are you? A happy day to you, Marvin. All right, how are you? So I'm at my usual place. I got the grandson visited, and he and his mom are taking over my part of my crib. So I'm over at an Airbnb, and so this is a new look, and it's just this is a time to visit Florida. Everybody's not here. The Airbnbs are cheap and empty, and so anyway, that's what I'm up to. So it's a new look in the background. Oh, Marvin, okay, great. You got the course this weekend. Congratulations. Uh, if you need anything, it's contact at libertyaidacademy.org. Okay, my team will get your email and anything you need. We're here to help you. Congratulations, Marvin. You're going to change your life. Uh, and today, I go live here on YouTube twice a week, Monday at noon and Thursday at 7. And that's the Trust Crash Course. This one is the Economic Crash Course. It's obviously the crash of the economy. What are you going to do about it? You follow me? And let's just be real about it, okay? There's one of two things that could happen. Nothing else could happen, okay? Either they're going to crash the economy. Uh, Welcome aboard, Marvin. Great. Anything on your mind, Marvin, just throw it in here, and I'm happy to respond. Okay. So, um, there are really only two things they can do at this point in the economy. There's the crash; they can make a crash, or they can do helicopter money again, right? Like EIDL and PPP. Only two options at this point that they could do to the economy. They're out of other options. So this is the only two. So in all the we run a deal here where you get all the courses together. Anyway, you get that information, you open up your trust, and now you're tax free. You got no worries. And I teach those people too. All in the courses, I teach how to build up their credit profile for the trust so you get the next EIDL or PPP money. You see, and that's why we had so many testimonials of people's success getting EIDL and PPP money because I was like, listen, you have to build a credit profile, you have to open up your trust. Preached that for years, and the people that followed my directions, that's all the testimonials up. Like, hey, look at my here's my money, including mine. All right, Sean. Welcome, Sean. Hey, anything on your mind, Sean? Throw it out. I'm happy to get into it. Okay. So, uh, anyway, so they're going to do helicopter money or crash, and you're prepared either way with your trust and the information from Liberty Aid Academy. So, let's go through what's up and how to solve this thing. Okay. So, who is this saying this? I don't really have enough information here, do I, to see who's saying what America's next recession will look like. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit. This is whoops. This is from let's see. Oh, economist.com, that big economist magazine, now online blog or whatever. Okay. So that's the article. I was just like, let me just Google economic crash. Well, everybody's talking about it. The Economist, huge, uh, probably the biggest magazine, and now I guess online website and so on about the economy, the global economy, and so they're planning for a crash, massive crash. Uh, let's go through a couple other ones here. So, we don't need to talk about this too much. It's pretty obvious if you look at anything. They're just wrecking things. Okay, so let's move this over here. This is a Bitcoin chart. Okay, this is let's move it this way. This is a Bitcoin chart. Now, here's Bitcoin. Some ups and not much going on. Let's bring this chart up a little bit. There, you can see the dates there. Okay, so here's a helicopter money right here. Okay, this is where they start throwing helicopter money. Bitcoin price goes up. You know, because there's more cash to buy it with, right? They're throwing helicopter money at everybody. Whoa! The price of everything went through the, dome practically, right? Right, went up to the dome. Here's the peaks, right here. It was doing nothing. Let's hand out a bunch of free money. Everything goes crazy. Of course, now, easy come, easy go, right? Easy come, easy go. Everybody spent all their money. So everybody's running out of money. Easy come money has run out or is almost run out. So you see what the issue is. And the Bitcoin charts, this should only go down unless there's more helicopter money, right? Then it will go up. It's not like, Bitcoin isn't gold, right? It has no value. It's not like rice or, you know, it has no actual value. And the logo of Bitcoin is it looks sort of like a B, but it's not, right? It's a 3 over an 11, 33. We be 33. It's the same exact people putting out the same money, same bullshit, same lies, same fake everything. They just give themselves a whole bunch of it, and they give us nothing to almost nothing of Bitcoin. That's it. So, it's just a Ponzi, one more Ponzi scheme that they're behind. Mt. Gox wiped out 75% of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, what's going on? Woo! You know, what? Everybody lost their Bitcoin practically? Well, you could do that again any day. So, but you could just see that the cash, U.S. dollars that were out there is just going away, right? Everything. It's a game of musical chairs where the bankers sweep up all the dollars at the end of the game every time anyway, right? The house always wins. So you can just see the money is going away. The planned crash is in full effect. And here, I want to pull up one more item here. This is, I'm going to get out of the way of this again. This is a federal funds rate here. In other words, interest rates, basically what's underlying interest rates. It was super high back here in the 70s, 80s, right? Jimmy Carter, they did it, Jimmy Carter. It was a bell curve, it went up like this, right? Time starts in 1969, goes steeply up. Whoa, interest rates go through the roof. And then it's like, okay, over the next amount of time, they'll just go down, and then we're going to have to raise it again here, create havoc, and then keep it down here again. So they're going to bump this up a little bit. Uh, the interest rate is going to go up. What does that mean? It means that money is harder to come by, right? If the interest rate goes up, it's more expensive to get money. And they also, at the same time when interest rates go up, they usually make it more difficult to get mortgages and to get financing. Not always, but here's the last crash when it went up, right? See, over time, it has to go down to zero because it's a Ponzi scheme. They're just printing more dollars, so they have to keep. There's only one way money it enters the financial system: if somebody borrows money. That's it. So if someone's quote borrowing it and they're like EIDL, PPP, nobody's going to have a chance to pay that back. No one's going to pay that back. Uh, there's no money to do it. You see, we already they would they. It's always musical chairs. There's 10 years left until Judgment Day, and so it always gets crazy weird at every stage actually. But now, get near the end, it's getting weirder. You know, this is when I was really young. This was like beginning of high school, and a grade school for me. Here, uh, this was just. I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. That was end of high school, beginning of college for me. Right here, you put your money in the bank and you could earn 15% interest on your bank account. Crazy times, crazy times. But they were closing banks and so on too. When I was like 13 or something like that, my bank closed. I had a bank account in there. I had a paper route, and the bank closed. And Chase bought it up eventually. A couple weeks later, I was able to get my money. But the savings and loan crisis happened back here near the beginning of the reset, right at the beginning almost. And then interest rates went through the roof, and then they're basically kind of, you see them go down. You know what I mean? If they ever try to raise them, it's an economic calamity because they printed out so much money. They keep the price of everything is just going through the roof. You know what I mean? It's a Ponzi scheme near the end of it. Uh, so ultimately, because it's a Ponzi scheme and they keep printing more and more and more and more dollars, the prices of everything will go up eventually. You see, the price of everything is just going to go up. It's the only possibility. But there's a short-term correction they're going to make here, whatever, right? They're going to raise interest rates, make money harder to get. They're just not going to give out EIDL, PPP, or they are, and you're going to be prepared for it by having your trust credit profile prepared. If they do that again. So, anyway, that's what's going on. A short-term correction, but of course, everything's going to cost more. Ultimately, that's just the way it is. And we got 4 years of relative bliss and then 7 years of woes before Judgment Day. So, the spiritual information that I have in the inner circle matters because the timing all is always exactly the same. The time loop repeats. The stock market always does the same thing on the same day every single time. That's why you can never beat them out there. They always know where it goes up. They always know where it goes down. It doesn't follow any uh, pattern that would make sense economically and stuff. It's just a bunch of stories and made up stuff and a pre-planned program is what's taking place. And they have all the information. It repeats and it just continues. But, it's never going to be anything rational or normal or nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to prepare for either direction. Either, oh, things are going to get better and there's more helicopter money, so everything's more expensive, but I got my cash. Great. You're prepared for that with this information. Or, let's crash that sucker big time. And that's just what we got to do, and that's the plan. And they're not creative. They don't initiate a storyline. They just follow it. You see? So this matters that it's going up now. If they're going to keep it going up, that's just going to be the price of everything will go down in the short term and so on until they open up the taps again for money. Which, again, you're building your credit profile for your trust and everything. You're just sitting there waiting. You're like, I got my, I'm fishing. I got my hook in there. Whenever the helicopter money comes by, it's like, whoa, there's a big school of them, right? You're going to catch them. You see, because you got prepared. So what am I talking about here? Let's move on to. There we go. I am gonna have to move this a bit. You bear with me here. I gotta resize for the website stuff. Sorry about this. I am not Mr. Tech, am I? It's like this guy does not have a giant team behind him with millions of dollars. No, that's true. I don't. I'm just regular people who've been doing this for a decade successfully and helping everybody out. That's true. So, this is the economic crash course. Dee Dee, hey, the fan. There's no fan. Uh-oh. No, I don't have any fan on. That's just strange. What? Fan. I don't know. Hope. Let me try moving this up. Maybe that's better. There's no fan on. It's kind of warm in here actually. It's in the high 80s in Florida right now, or mid to high 80s. But the AC's on. Uh, Marvin has a question. Cool. Uh, how about, is this any better, Dee Dee? I don't know. I just moved the mic closer to where I'm talking. Hopefully that's better. Okay, okay. Thank you, Dee Dee. I appreciate anyone if I'm having. They make technical difficulty on me all the time. So if there's anything going on, please let me know. Thank you very much, Dee Dee. Marvin, Jack, I'm still an employee. Can you set everything up to catch helicopter money also? The answer is yes to that. Okay, let's just keep it as a simple yes. And I'll briefly explain why the answer is yes. But the answer, Marvin, is an absolute yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. You can still get that money. Okay? Because what? Let's just go over one concept right now. That's very kind of like fundamental. All right. And the fundamental thing is, hey, guess what? We're people, and we're not corporations, and we run corporations, but we're not corporations. So the whole thing about own nothing, control everything. Guess what? That's already happening. People can't own anything. Only a person or a straw man or an LLC or a nonprofit or a trust or a state can own things, right? A corporate entity owns things. People cannot own anything. They can control that corporate entity, right? But you can't own anything. This world, it is impossible for a human to legally own anything at all. Period. And that's just the reality of our situation. So, wouldn't you prefer, instead of holding assets in a taxable entity, corporations that they create and have complete control over, or would you rather create your own trust yourself, just as they do? Okay, it's completely legal, and then uh, you're out of their jurisdiction. You see, you can't be taxed, you don't report, and so on. So you have to have control money and so on, pay bills, live in a house, all this kind of stuff, right? Uh, so what you want to do is you want to use an entity that you create. It's non-taxable. It can't be taken. They don't have jurisdiction. On and on. I'm going to go through those things in this little economic crash course. But yes. So your person, your straw man, right? That's one corporate entity. We're given that at birth, and they say that's you. It was never you, right? It was never you. It was just a business that they said is you, but it was never you. So that corporation called the person, Marvin, is what you're currently using to do this W-4, W-2 contractual agreement that you've made for that corporation. You see, you're running that. Now you start this trust, okay? You're running that too. You're running two separate corporations. So yeah, you could of course separately build, a credit profile and everything you need for the helicopter rating over there or your trust. Yes, yes, you can. You see, you're qualifying the trust. And so, yeah, step by step, you build a credit profile, you build a trust credit profile, and boom, it's ready for helicopter money. Yes, 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 yes. No problem. I did it myself, and many other people did. That's what we're doing here. Yes. Now, Marvin, open up your trust first. That's always the first step. You got all the information. Second step for you, okay? Get in the mentor program and look in there. I think it's probably the first video because that's it indexed by topic. Uh, Training on all the free, like how to get all the free money, how to basically do everything with a trust but build credit. Okay, so everything's in there. All right, that is that. One of the videos in the mentor program, I think it's the first one, talks about how to move from the W-4, W-2 thing into like W-9 or no use of any form at all. Because the W-9, if you can get that situation, you use the trust, you don't report, no taxes taken out, boom, that's it. That solves it. You see what I'm saying? So you basically want to try to move to a situation where you know, have using your same expertise that you're good at, you're working or whatever, but find a W-9 situation and you know, you're good to go there. No taxes, no reporting, and so on. Uh, Irish Lord, all right, all right. Uh, Ireland in a house. All right, Joe. Good to have you. Good to have you. Uh, Tim, all right. What's the quick answer for the no is know it all? For the know it all? No, they don't know anything. How could they know? They don't know it all. They know all their programming, sure, but they don't know actually anything but their programming, do they? They don't know anything. Grantor cannot be trustee. Uh, what do you say to them, Tim? You say, well, guess what? Here's my trust where I right am grantor trustee. You can hold up the paperwork. See, the IRS give me the EIN, and oh, here's my bank account from the bank. So those people that say that they don't have anything, you see, they have empty hands and an empty mind, right? They have nothing up there. They have their program. Oh, you can't do that because you don't want to know why. Because that's why everybody says you can't, so you can't. It's like, oh, but I have a trust open, and so do thousands of other people. So I have proof. So, right? The school with proof. It's always, what do I tell the people? I don't tell. I'm like, well, let me pull out the documents. Here you go. You could bring them to my YouTube channel and all the proof I have, and so on. Pull up my documents if you want, and show them. Pull up all the testimonials and so on like that, and they're like, they have their programming. They're like, they have fear. They have rats in a maze bumping into walls going, I learned from my programming that I would get something bad if blah. It's like, yeah, that's true. That is your programming. Well said. But we approve. So, you know, that's the easy way to do it, Tim, I would say. Open trust. First mentor program is switch to W9. Marvin, boom. XYZ. You got it right there. ABC. Yes. Yes, a yes. Marvin, you got it exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And you won't waste a second doing that. You'll just get right through that initial stuff, and then if you're like, oh, what next? I'm right here. Okay. Just because there's steps to do, so you just do the step, and then you're done, and that's it. So good. Grantor can help you try. It's so funny, right? See, here's the thing: you can't hold every position, grantor, and trustee, and beneficiary, right? You can't hold them all. But we're talking about assets to include your body and your soul, right? So who has the ability to grant them, right? Only you would. Only you would have the right. These are the assets I have. This is and my brain and my body and my soul and what else I got laying around here on a piece of paper and stuff like that. There, everything the trust, boom, done, right? Only you could grant to that. Well, if you're still breathing and living, you're actually required that, oh, here's everything, I gave it away. Well, guess what? You have to manage it, right? Until what? You're not using the body anymore. But you don't benefit from that, right? You already give it away, right? Along with we, right? The devil, you side with Jesus, and so you have to manage those assets. And so, but you're not the beneficiary. You give it all away, right? Like, I don't want anything from here, right? I'm leaving after this. What do I don't want anything. There, it's all yours. You can have it all back. And you could name beneficiaries, and we go into that. Reasons to name beneficiaries is basically if you have someone you're uh, steward of that is under 18. That's the position for beneficiary. But anyway, I go through all this in training. Nothing's left out. But you see how if you're still breathing, it makes sense you're a grantor and trustee actually. Uh, theirs is like you're not supposed to be. Wait, but what would be the reason you're not supposed to? It doesn't make any sense. You follow? It just doesn't make sense. If you're, it's called a living will, meaning, and I'm sorry, not a living will, a living trust. I'm sorry, because you're alive. Who else is going to manage it? Who can put your stuff in there? That's both positions right there. You just can't hold all three. So that's the logic behind it, Tim, in case logic comes up with them, which it really doesn't. But you understand it logically. You pass it on to them should you have that conversation, okay? Yeah, Irish law. The IRS recognizes grantors can be trusted. Yeah, you can't fill all positions, all three positions. Exactly. They got a document on their website that outlines. Yes, I've seen that as well. Irish. That's true. I have to file with Connecticut Secretary of State before applying for credit in the trust. Yes, Tim, or some Secretary of State, and that training is in the mentor program too. So watch that video, and then you'll understand what's going on with the whole Secretary of State step and stuff like that. That's just go watch that. Click on the, Secretary of State filing. Click. And not only do I show you how to do it, but the principles involved and why you would do it and why you wouldn't do it and stuff like that. Okay, so just go get that, hit the click, hit the play button on that training in the mentor program. Tim will fill you in completely. Good question. All right, so this is the economic crash course, right? And brought to you by John McKeag here at Liberty Aid Academy. Who is Liberty Aid Academy? Liberty Aid Academy uses original copyrighted information to teach our students to radically improve their lifestyle with legal, easy to use financial methods, not widely known, but proven by testimonials to work for all of us students, right? This is all copyrighted. Who's copyrighted? Well, mine. Right, I got the copyrights. I show them. Come look at the copyrights on our Thursday show, Thursday 7 p.m. YouTube live, and I will show you those copyrights. I go through them in the trust crash course, no problem. So why am I qualified to talk to run an economic crash course? Because I got crashed already in the '07 crash, right? '07, '08, depending on where you got hit by the crash, it was a long one. It was murderous, long, drawn out, and was bad for a long time after. Okay? Lost everything, I was following exactly what they did. Worked hard, I had a licensed general contractor and overtime in 3 different states. I took the time to get my MBA. I got a master's in accounting also. I was trying to do, raise my family and be the best I could in business. I was just listen to their, lying ass programming from school and did my best. Or, like, oh, this is what you do. I didn't know they were a bunch of liars and just, thought, they didn't think anything of me what they were saying. They think you're our slave. We'll tell you a bunch of lies, and then we're gonna, treat you like crap, and they're gonna take everything. And it's like, oh, all right. I did not know that about you, but I learned. Okay, I learned over time. Yeah, Dee Dee, right? The grantor cannot be trustee as the alter ego trust of the Freemason script. It's so true. They it's amazing that you see as 926 the crash. Oh, I don't know what that is, Marvin. You have to tell me what that is. I don't know. Is that SHMIT? I don't know that one. Sorry. But 9/11 is the halfway point, right? 9/11 is the Judgment Day. So, September is a big month for them. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh. Anyway, so I've been through a crash, is what I'm saying. I've been crashed on. And then what did I do? I fixed my credit. By 2012, I was like, oh, I figured out this whole debt thing. Banking is slavery, right? It's just absolute slavery. I figured that out. Why? How could, oh, everybody does it. Banks are, you know, uh huh. No, banking is slavery to we, the devil, okay? How does it work? It works really easy. Uh, They don't have anything of value, and you go to the bank and you say, "Oh, here are these things that we give you dollars," and you got we trust notes, right? Just notes, not promissory notes, something like that, like post-it notes. They're just like, here's some notes, and they have value now that you took them, sucker, right? Well, like we have a choice. And so they just print out these. You got we trust notes, so you go to get a loan, right? Only way money's created is when a loan is created. But here's the thing: does the bank sign a document? No, no. Only you do. You're the only one that signs anything at the bank. So who could change that agreement? It's unilateral, meaning only you are a party to that. There's no contract. Contracts are fake at the bank. They don't exist. A contract is a meet. One of the elements of a contract when you look it up is there has to be a meeting of the minds, right? And who signs one party? There's no minds. You know what I mean? There's no minds. And so you should be able to just, hey, write whoever says they owe you money. Be like, hey, hey, that document I signed, guess what? I changed it to, I owe you no money. How could the bank change a document that they didn't sign? Oh, you owe us this money and these terms. They didn't sign anything. How were they due a penny? They're not. Plus, there's no quid pro quo, right? They didn't receive anything I'm sorry, they didn't give anything of value. There's no exchange, right? You went in and you signed a piece of paper. They didn't do anything. They're not on the hook for anything. They didn't give an asset or anything like that. They just made up dollars on the spot. They didn't exist before. They devalue the current currency, right? Because they're adding more dollars to how many dollars exist. So the dollars that exist every time there's a new loan are worth more or worth less. And so it costs more dollars to buy something. So that helicopter made it just everything cost more. You see what I'm saying? That's banking. It's a Ponzi scheme. It is nothing else. It's slavery. Banking is slavery. Anyone, and further, lending money is pure evil. Give to someone if you can give. Never lend. If anyone lends, you're going to hell. Period. There's no salvation for people who lend money. There never will be salvation. It's never going to happen. If you lend money, you burn in hell. Period. And good riddance. Thank you. Good. Later for you. You are the problem. And you go to hell. Yay. I'm stoked. I can hardly wait. Right? Don't lend money. Forgive your debts. If anyone has a debt, seriously forgive them. Don't ever think about that money again, and that's it. Do the banks do that? No. Right? Everyone that has ever lent money, everyone that's worked in a bank, all you people, you're going to hell. Your salvation. You're going to have to do more than I done in the next 10 years. You're never going to do it, so you can't be saved. That's it. Period. You're all going to burn. That's it. Right? It's a Ponzi scheme. And plus, what I just explained about the debt, there's no quid pro quo. You see, that's subterfuge. There are hidden elements of the contract. Another element of the contract is it all has to be legal. You have to know, both parties have to know everything in the contract. Well, whoever goes to the bank didn't know, this is totally a Ponzi scheme and it's slavery, so that's not in the document. Do you follow? That's hidden. So it's subterfuge. It's a lie. It's illegal to lie. So that's two elements of the contract completely broken on every bank document. That means every debt is collected illegally in the United States. There's no exception to that. Banking is slavery. Period. Absolute slavery. It's not indentured servitude. It's nothing like that. Nobody wants to hear you're a slave of the devil. Too bad you are. Until you change it, you are. Listen, the God of this world knows everything here. If you read the Bible, the devil offered the kingdoms of this world to Jesus. Jesus like, no. Thanks anyway. No. It's all yours. Keep it. Don't want it. You see? This is a Ponzi scheme. If you want things here, obviously we're here. We got to pay bills and so on. This is the method to do it. You put it in a trust. It's not yours anymore. Give it back to God. Here you go. and use all these hacks that they teach you to get as much money from the government and give them nothing, right? Take from them everything, give them nothing, right? So that's what I learned about banking. So I cleared my credit report. I taught people how to do it. That's the timeline. And so and I was like, oh, well, this is working for everyone, right? Here's how you clear your credit. Go watch the testimonials. I left a bunch of them still up there, just unreal. All the successes that people have for so long, beating that Ponzi scheme of slavery. You know, the United States Trust, right? The Igawi Trust is a slavery system, period. It is nothing else. It is not a single other thing. It doesn't exist as anything else but that. Okay, so I figured out that slavery system had how to beat debt, right? All your debts are forgiven. It says in the Bible. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It gets wiped every 7 years. Your credit report gets wiped every 7 years. So it's like how to strategically build your credit, take as much as possible, shorten the 7 years if possible, and just take a whole bunch of their money. That's what they're doing to us. They're treating us like slaves, right there. You could either give the bank money or they could give you money. That's really about the only two options there are. So, would you prefer to take money from the bank? Why teach you how to take money from the bank, not the other way around. I'm an accountant, so I'm doing that for a few years, and I was like, man, how do you keep things safe? How do you keep your money, your people? Like, how do you? I was like, I was up on wiping the debt, so but then I was like, how do you keep what you have? You know what I mean? How do you get them to stop stealing from you? And so, that's when I come up with this trust. Do you follow? And that was 2016. First time I went into Chase Bank and opened this trust, and Devil sat next to me and offered me $485 million not to do it. I was like, no, thank you anyway. It walked right out, and that was the end of that, right? And I've been doing this ever since successfully. Works for 100% of everyone. So that's how and I was like, wow, I was not expecting that interaction. You know what I mean? That hey, here's your money. It's like, no. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't at all. And so, but everything became clear in that moment. Oh my God, there's so much more to this trust. Yay. It's even better. So, what makes this different from other trusts? This is not created by a statutory agent. It's a non-statutory trust. Okay, it's not created by a CPA or a lawyer who have licenses from the Igawi Trust and who are trained by the Igawi Trust teachers. Right? Here's what trusts are. Here's these things. Right? And the only trusts they can create are taxable ones. They don't know anything about what I'm talking about except for the super wealthy elite know what I'm talking about. And those super special lawyers, and they sold their soul to do this. And I heard from one of them at one point they have to pay $75,000. This was a long time ago, but they have to pay $75,000 fee to get one of these trusts open. You open it at your bank, they have them. It's not like somebody's using these trusts. So see, but you create this yourself. So that's what it means. Private means you don't use an agent to create it. You do it yourself. That's what private means. A private trust. And it also the same as non-statutory. Non-statutory means I'm not using an agent of the state. That's what it means. So, since you don't use those agents and so on, this is automatically, without application past the EIN, it's automatically tax exempt or reporting exempt. Marvin, Ponzi scheme. Okay, that's yes, Marvin. I didn't get your date reference, but yeah. So this is a super easy, quick process. I'm talking about this, once a week, as long as it would take you to do this. I'm serious. I made it so easy. All you do is you watch the training, right? You sign the document, get your EIN, call you back. Oh, hey, I need to open up a trust thing or email or whatever, right? However you interact with your bank. And they go, oh, your appointment is for blah, blah. You go in there and you open up your trust and that's it. I talk more about this and trying to deprogram people than, it's actually going to take you to do this. This works for everyone, okay? There's no one this doesn't work for. You haven't heard of this. You know, I hadn't heard of it either until I recognize when you got to name a a new business type, whether it be a LLC, a nonprofit, something like that. If you're going through the Secretary of State, they have special rules for the two words for naming uh, new businesses, but there's special rules only for two words for the word bank or trust, and you can only use them if it's a bank or a trust. So approving the banks are and everything, and the trusts are special. Do you see what I'm saying? And I saw you got We Trust. I was like, well, that has to be a trust by the rules. And sure enough, it is. You see? So we're just doing simply what they're doing too. It's legal to do. Works for everyone. Works literally for everyone. As long as you're in America, this works for you, period. These are our courses here. You know, I recommend you could get them a la carte. Start with the trust, period. Just start with the trust, okay? And then move through the other information. Maybe the mentor program next, teach you how to get the free money. But we bundle them together so you save over 60% on all this information. I recommend you get it all at once and get the discount, okay? If you don't, get the trust first, okay? But I recommend, because here's the thing, if you get all the information, you have it all, you're going to have fewer questions, you're going to have quicker outcomes and easier passage of what you're doing. My goal is to give you all this information so you have less questions and I have less questions coming in my direction. You see, it works for both sides. But I created all these courses over a decade. Is This is what you need. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I super discounted it because I don't want to leave anything out. You see, I know you need it all, and I want you to have it all. Then everyone's happy. You're happy. I'm happy. Yay. And so this is what it looks like in your student portal here. Right beneath me there, that little box there, you just click on it. It's like, that's the courses you got. It's like, oh, they're all here. It's like, click. Oh, let me do the trust first. Yeah, okay, click. In the middle there is a FAQ. That's kind of like, right when you get here, start as a student, just get oriented a little bit if you need to. You can click that FAQ. The classroom, way over on on the far side here, that's an online private forum only for our students and myself. It's so much great information, and man, every day that passes that people are doing this work and posting it there, we've had intelligent people show up here, but the rest of the smart people are showing up here too. It's really good. People with great outcomes. I mean, I don't want to name names in there, but it's just because I'm an accountant. I'm trained to keep your information private, so I do. So, but anyone who is a student of ours, you have to get in there. It's a separate login. But get in there. It's a wealth that is free. Okay, it's not an extra fee or anything. It's for all of our students. So get in there, look at the information. It'll blow your mind. And if you have any questions, put them in there. Hey, this is my situation. Da da da. Da. What do I do? I won't be the only one responding. You'll get help from other students and stuff. Because I'm not in every state. People are in other states. I'm in Florida, so people have real world outcomes and interactions and stuff in their own state, in their own location. I'm not doing every single thing that can be done with this trust, and I can't do everything at one moment. So many people are doing different things in different locations. So there's a wealth of information in there. It has been the biggest boon that we have had to the school lately. It's really wonderful. So please get in there, everyone. Dee Dee, when you donate for Liberty Aid courses, they have Shop Pay. Yay! That's right. You can make payments. That's right. Dee Dee, yay! Thank you for mentioning that, Dee Dee. You're the best. Tim, I got the bundle, and it's a ton of awesome content. All right, no problem, Tim. Thanks for your support. We don't get any other funding and I haven't received a single outside funding other than donations, except for the EIDL. Thanks. But uh, this place exists because you donate. Uh, if my work sucked, people wouldn't donate, right? It'd be like, that's it. But no, it works. It works for everyone. So that's why we're here for 10 years doing this. So, thanks for your support, Tim. And really, thanks to everyone, because the only reason I'm sitting here doing this work and continuing this work and moving it forward is a decade is only one reason. You all. Your donations. If you didn't donate, I can't do this. I have to, spend my time on other things instead of helping you. And let me tell you, I don't need much, but I really don't. Most of the money we get here goes into first, the team here, and I'm completely shadow banned. I pay for online advertising. It's like, a lot. That's our biggest expense by far. Can you imagine? I'm on this YouTube channel. I'm showing how to get rid of debt. I post all, my non-disclosure agreement, my settlement checks. That was the first 4 videos a decade ago on this YouTube channel. The 1,000 videos since then. All that truth? No one, the combined truth of the rest of humans can't equal what's on this channel, right? No way. Not if all other human hidden truth combined doesn't equal what's on this channel. 5,000 subscribers. That's it. You see, proof that everyone above 5,000 subscribers, right, is just sold their soul to get it, and they're just lying. Period. Period. Every time you go to a YouTube channel and it's a popular one, it's one of them. It's one of them. I don't care what they're talking about. They sold their soul for YouTube likes. I have probably spent in advertising easily $500,000 over the decade of doing this work with the school. 5,000 subscribers. So that's $1,000 a subscriber I've paid. Can you imagine? That's how hidden this work is. It absolutely is censored and hidden more than any other information. Those are the real numbers. Do you see? I'm trying to keep you wise to what's going on around here. You see? All right. So, what's the secret? Hey, I have no income. Right? I have no income. What? I have no head. I have a Anyway, I have no income, right? I meaning my person. You give your trust now has money and stuff like that. It's not you. It's not taxable. Great. And so your person, that straw man, that corporate entity, give it zero, give it nothing, and then that person qualifies for all the government, everything you got. Yay! Give me all your money. Give me all your money. And so let's go through some of this, right? What's government money that you can get that I proven I can get and others have forgotten? These are free trust benefits. It's just you open a trust, and these benefits come with having this trust. Yay! Because your person now has nothing, and so we can get what? SSI or SSD. That's $851 a month. Thanks. SSD. Oh, I'm physically disabled because guess what? You treated me as your slave. My back hurts all the time, thinking that you treated me like a slave. So pay up $851 a month. Yay. We have the training in the Metro program of how to do this. Okay. So SSI, you making me insane. Why? I got PTSD because you were treating me like a slave. You can be honest about it, right? You speak the truth up in here, you get labeled as crazy, right? I'm under a Ponzi scheme of the Federal Reserve. The bank never signs anything. You're making me a slave of the devil. They're like, oh, that dude is crazy. He's your $851 a month. Thank you. Right? And I explained how to do that. EBT food stamps is $250 a month. Actually, next month it goes up. I just heard about a raise. I got to raise in my slave payoff money. Hey, ex-slave, we're going to pay you a little extra. Keep it hush, right? Keep it down. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so it was $250 a month. That's this last month of that's going under at $281 a month. So that's $3,300, right? Round up. $3,300 a month. I mean, $3,300 a year plus. So, I mean, All the courses bundled together are $2,000 on food stamps alone. Not taxes, not all the rest of it. Just the food stamps. You get over $1,400, right? Past what you paid for the courses in your first year. this, this is such a great deal. It's ridiculous, really. The deal I have, and I can only get 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's so crazy. Anyway, Marvin, have you thought of making this an affiliate program? Yes, I have done that in the past. It doesn't work out. So it basically takes up more of my time, and people don't really dedicate themselves to it. What happens is people steal my work. People who would think they would be an affiliate, you would think I would teach them and be like, oh, here's how you be an affiliate. I have done that. What do those people do? They steal my work, right? Because that's what they think is okay to do. And so, yeah, that's happened. I'm the most, at the same time, I'm the most plagiarized individual that exists. And at the same time, I'm the most censored individual. I hold both of those titles. sadly, sadly, a twin title holder. Yeah, yeah. We have done that. It just that's the end result. Thievery. And we don't make any money. We have a very small team here. You see, and to organize that and look over it and stuff like that, it's just too much work. We don't really make much money here. As I'm saying, we have some students, but really, I pay a team, I pay advertising, and it's like a break-even deal here. That's pretty much it. Uh, it has been basically for a decade. Same, but I'm not quitting because I'm just not going to quit. I don't care. I'm never quitting. I just never am. Uh, so free trust benefits. Some of these I can't talk about at the school. That's why I'm starting this new church. It should be about it's less than a month to start it. I'll be adding content to it over time, but yeah, maybe I'm thinking about 2-3 weeks now. It should be up. Because I can't really go into can't be death and taxes. Well, guess what? Nobody that signs this trust dies, for example, as so many other things that I'm not putting on the school website and this information. I have to move it over to the church to get less censorship on many of the benefits and topics. I can't even talk about them at this school. It's just too. People say I'm crazy for this information. You have no idea. You have no idea about reality. I have absolutely no idea. Of course, I have proof of everything. I have testimonials for everything, mine and other people's. I don't bring up a single thing. I don't have a testimonial on. So that's the EBT free smartphone. I have that. I love it. It's great. It's showing free. Go watch the video. Anyway, unlimited minutes, unlimited text talk, data, unlimited, and no bill ever. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Uh, I dislike you slightly less for you giving me that free phone service. They have a free crappy phone, but I use the iPhone. I use your own phone number. They can give you a new phone number too. And free cell phone service. Really, you never get a bill. It's T-Mobile in the background, and you never get a bill. Works fine for me. Free or discounted internet. Free. There are a bunch of state and county programs depending on where you live, like free electricity and many other things. Look into that. Free health insurance. Want that Obamacare for free? No problem. You can get it. Uh, Free housing. I teach actually two methods for free housing in this. One is in the inner circle, and one is in the Metro program. Two absolutely separate methods for free housing. Free college, free graduate school, plus expenses. Anyone can be a doctor or lawyer, won't cost you a penny. Yes, it takes some of your time, but it's free. You don't have to pay them one thin dime. Nothing. Free. And teach you how to get better credit. No problem. Uh, More free trust benefits that you could avail yourself of here. And these are like federal and state exemptions. No IRS taxes, no IRS filing. That comes with the trust. You could apply for no state taxes, uh, no questioning, like no interrogating, nothing like that. They can't do that to you. You can answer their questions. You're not required to. Uh, no personal taxes, as I was saying. You don't keep any money in your person, so no taxes for your person. Uh, any business can be tax-free, reporting free. You simply use a trust account instead of your LLC account. Done. Forever. No business taxes, no business reporting. Works for 100% of all businesses in America. Why aren't you doing it if you have a business in America? I was like, your programming is the problem if you're not doing it. How long have I been teaching this? Come on. Yeah, you can apply for no sales taxes for your state or any state. No vaccine, no jab, right? I don't want to say that word unless I get even more censored. But no jab. And I teach the methodology in the Metro program. It's easy. No crypto taxes for anyone that does crypto. Use a trust. Yep. No inheritance taxes for anyone. Right. No. They don't. They will not take any of your wealth if you use this method that I teach. And yeah, you can get out of property taxes too. Yay. So, gotta check out our testimonials. They're wonderful. Today's I'm gonna give Dee Dee one day off. Maybe maybe that's the only time I haven't had her in here we go. In the testimonials, I'm like, well, I'll give her one break. Anyway, Yui, what did she say? You have to go look at her testimonials. So they blow your mind. Every testimonial has a notarized affidavit. They're real people. But go look at mine, too. What do Yui say? It was simple for me to open up a trust. It's very simple as long as you follow Jack's step-by-step instructions. That's it, right? Jack John, that's me. Just follow the instructions. It's so easy. Rob Morrow. John, we love you. Love you back, Rod. God bless you. God bless you, Rod. Yay. Liberty A's trust is powerful. All our other assets were seized, but everything in the trust was left untouched. I mean, that's not all of his testimony, but it's a good summation of part of his testimony. That is just a great testimonial to watch, where you wake up and all your money's gone. And it's like, wait, oh, it's here. It's in the trust. Let's just like Jack said, it's fine, right? Day off. Gave me damn. So I hope our times are well spent, right? Doing this, and listen, if you have any more questions, just throw them in here. I can't go over everything. That's what the courses are for, right? But you can see why they pay with all these benefits. You can see why they pay $75,000. It's totally worth it if you have the money. You could do all these things. But I don't even charge 10. No, I don't. I don't even charge 5,000, right? Just a one-time fee. Get all the information. 1997. Why? Why do I make it so cheap? Because I'm just one of you. I was a former slave of the devil. Unknowingly, unwittingly, this whole stupid Ponzi scheme caught me, and then I got out, And so, I need to eat or whatever, but I don't want any of their crap here. I just want you to get, to be a slave out of their cage. That's all. That's what I focus on. That's what I spend my money on that I make from the school. Getting other slaves out. I'm out on the other side. How can I do something else? I can't. I have to do this. I'm compelled to do this. Yeah, you got to give a W-9, right, for the crypto. But guess what? The trust is on there, so boop. You get a 1099 at the end of the year. What happens? Nothing. Who gets it? See, anyone that gets a W-9 is required to send out a 1099, but they don't know your tax status. They don't know, you see. They just send it. So that doesn't have anything to do with taxability. What your tax status is determines whether you pay that tax bill or not. Who knows you don't report it and don't pay taxes? You do. Who else? The IRS, right? They got a 1099, you did, and so what happens? You just throw that 1099 in the trash can. That's what the IRS is going to do. That's it. You won. Right? My joke is, the human race is over. I won. Ha! But you can too. Yay! No, it's just set up for us to win. I didn't set it up, right? I just won the race first. And it's like, oh, you win the human race. Yes. I'm a little bit tired. But, hey, everybody else, you can win too. Okay? I don't know. Is that funny? Anyway, you get all of our courses. The price is ridiculous. It is, Dee. I dropped 8K of the person's credit report the first year, right? After opening the trails, right? And the debt stuff's going back up on this church here. It'll be a couple weeks tops, Dee. Yeah, it's I have to make this affordable to everyone. Like when you're given the truth, you're responsible to give it to others, right? I can't give it to you for free. Why? For one reason, I tried that and no one listened. Period. People didn't give anything of value, so they didn't think it had value. So I couldn't give away for free. That's impossible. And then what I realized over time is I really have to teach it so everyone can do it. You know what I mean? Every part of it so they become experts. Okay, that's going to cost me time and money and so on. And a school set up so they absolutely learn everything. And so that's what I've done. So keeping it cheap to do that and up and advertising and so on. This is the this is what I can, pay the least amount of my living expenses and live like a pauper, basically to bring you this because I don't care about money and stuff. I only care about beating them. I only care about you beating them. I only care, right? We're separating the wheat from the tares, right? They're separating them. So come on over to this side. I'm not going to make it about money, right? These are the regular values of the courses, okay? We discount it crazily, so you basically get it for what the trust used to cost by itself, okay? We give you all the training, everything with it, plus you get a consult with me on Zoom, you know? I mean, really, it's ridiculous, as Dee Dee says, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but that's the reason it's ridiculous because I don't want you to have an excuse, and it could be a real excuse. I don't mean like excuse like a negative thing. Like I don't want to give you a reason, like you don't have enough money. I don't want that to be a reason where you can't solve this. You know what I mean? That can't be a reason. Like Dee Dee said, the shop pay. You break this into 4 payments. You could do this. Everyone can afford this. Okay? Why? I had nothing. I was homeless. I figured this out from nothing. It took me a long time and all my expertise, everything. Now I have that. I'm just here to share with you and other people and to keep this open. Basically, that's it. So those are the fees. Those are how it works. It works for 100% of the people that do this. It works for everyone. No one is like, hey, this didn't work. No, it works for everyone that does this, okay? So that's it. That's they're crashing the economy. Get ready for your helicopter money or get ready for your crash. You're ready either way with this, okay? You're prepared for the last 11 years of this thing. And I'll keep you prepared, okay? Hey, George, oh, George. George is listening. That's so great. And sometimes he's working with his son, too. It's wonderful. Everyone, I appreciate your coming today. I'm going to do this again Thursday at 7 p.m. That'll be the Trust Crash Course. This is the Economic Crash Course. Obviously, the price of cars is coming down. The price of everything's coming down because the helicopter money got spent, right? So now it's like, uh-oh, here comes the planned crash. Ah! Right? But nobody's going to take anything from you. I have every method to save every asset. You think I maybe don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, some of it's so, I have to move it over to the church. Some of it is so, it works flawlessly, Can't be foreclosure, they can't seize houses. I really have solved all the financial things that need solving. So it's in there. I'm not trying to be immodest. I'm just saying when you get the bundled information, there's nothing left out. Okay, there's nothing like, oh yeah, but that no, it's all in there. Okay, only thing that's left out is the debt removal information because they'll close Liberty Aid Academy like they have before. If I keep that up, the bankers run everything. I'm gonna put it under a church. It'll be up in a couple weeks, and other information over there too. But that's the only thing left out. But it's left out of everything right now. Okay, so and I'll make that extremely affordable over there. I will. Why? Because the more stabbing the banker piece, the better, right? For all. What? I don't care. Uh, I'll help everyone. You see? No, it's just you know flip the money tables on the bankers, right? That's it. Period. Uh, Oh, Kelly, thank you. Jack is a man. Best thing you can do for your life. I truly mean it. Thank you. Thank you. My karma can't be messed up. I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it. I can't fake help people. There's no. I got a decade of proof that I actually help people. My own work is something. I recently put up my passport twice. YouTube pulled it down for bullying. Is my pocket, plastic passport. Here it is, so you can trust me. I put up my driver's license. I put up my unredacted social security card and number. They just pull them down. I've done look what's in my wallet, everything in my wallet. They pulled it down. It's almost impossible to post the level of truth. So the testimonials are really, key. We keep them going. But it's really every day that goes by, it's just so hard to figure out who the liars are, right? You can only figure out who the liars are by who has the proof, and this school has the proof, all right? So, you got to be confident. You got to trust who you're working with. You can trust us. Go look at the testimonials and proof, not just the students. My own is up first. My proof is up first, and then other people's. That's the right way to do it, right? I'm not no hoaxes, none of that stuff. No, this is actually helping people. That's why my karma is okay. So, okay, everyone, I'll see you Thursday at 7. Thank you for coming. You know, you want to put this on your social media? I'm not on social media anymore. I'm just on YouTube. But I mean, if you could post this information out there, that's the only way people are going to hear about it. I'm banned from all social media. I can't get on there. They just knock me off. So if you care about your brothers and sisters, give them the info as you can. Okay, it helps us remain existing, and it helps you change everyone out there, and then it comes back to you, right? Pay it forward. I get the ripples back to you, where the truth went out and it comes back towards you. Oh, I sent out some help. Here comes that, message in a bottle back to you, right? That's karma. So help some other people and it'll come back your way, okay? And really, for everyone who is helping out there and spread the word and everything, thank you very much. I'm doing my best, and all your efforts are supremely appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, you're not on social media. I hear you. And yeah. Anyway, so then just keep up your work, Kelly, and everyone will move it forward, all right? Get in the classroom, the private forum, get in that, that is a own little private social forum of just us. Just pop in there. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate your coming. We're the very few humans in here, so it's good that we get together, and share. So